Welcome back. Finally, we are going to understand what is Kubernetes. From last couple of sessions, we were trying to understand why do we need Kubernetes. If you understood all those concepts, then all upcoming session going to be easy for you because you will be able to relate Kubernetes and its different feature, why we are using this feature and how this feature going to help with the different problems of the containers that we are not able to solve, and because of that we were not able to run container in production. So let's start with what is Kubernetes. Kubernetes is container orchestration system, and you can also say Kubernetes is container orchestration tool. What does it mean? It means it's help us manage the containers. Yes, this not only help us manage the container, but it manage them at scale across multiple machine and automatically. Now, multiple machine. Yes, so this is one of the greatest feature of Kubernetes. So Kubernetes manage containers across multiple node. What is node? Node means multiple virtual machines. We are going to understand all this in next lecture when we will understand Kubernetes architecture. So what it do? It runs container in the cluster mode where we will have multiple nodes where container will be running. So if one nodes goes down, if one virtual machine goes down, then still our container will be running from the different virtual machine. Now let's understand the all the different problems what we have been facing with the Docker. So if you remember, first problem was single host, right? So now we understood Kubernetes help running our container on multiple nodes in the cluster based system, so we don't have problem of failing one node. So this problem sort out because this is how Kubernetes manage our containers within a cluster on the multiple virtual machine. Now, next problem was self-healing, right? So, when a container dead, then it's not able to come itself. Now, Kubernetes has a feature called replica set, and again, we will understand this in details. So, using the replica set, container will be able to come itself. How? Because replica sets monitors the container what we are going to create. So if you go and say, hey, I need 5 replica of this container, this particular container, then replica set makes sure the 5 containers are running all the time because it knows when things break. If any container crashed, it will go ahead and bring another container. So this replica set feature of Kubernetes bring the fix the self-healing problem of the Docker container. Now next and most important problem with the Docker was auto scaling, right? We understood today we are running one container, and when we have the traffic increased, we need to create 2 more containers. So there was no automated way of doing that, and that is called auto scaling. So Kubernetes has a feature called deployment, and along with HPA, horizontal pod scaling. Again, what is pod? All those concepts we will understand later, but what I'm trying to tell you, using this deployment and HPA feature, this is inbuilt in auto scaling for our Kubernetes based container. Now, this was the main problem with the Docker container, right? Single host, it don't have the self-healing. Now we can have the self-healing. It don't have the auto-scaling. We could have the auto-scaling. Along with that, it supports multiple features like high availability, rollback, secrets management, centralized logging, resource quota and limits, firewall rules and whitelisting. All those things we are going to cover later with different features of Kubernetes. So just I wanted to let you know all those problems, going to sort it out now, and we have different features and capability available within the Kubernetes. The one thing I would like to let you know here, Kubernetes is also called K8s. Why? This is called K8s because here you K, what you see, this is here, S is here, and in between we have 8 character, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So that's why this is called K8s. So now and then you will keep hearing this and see somewhere, so should not get confused. So Kubernetes is also called K8s. So now here we understood what are the different features of the Kubernetes, and most importantly, three important features. So it's going to run a virtual machine in the cluster mode, so we are not depend on single host anymore. It's also going to solve problem of the self-healing using the replica set, and also auto scaling using the deployment and HPA, and all other problems also get sorted out. We have different services, so I don't want to overwhelm you here. We will learn all those features as we go along. Now let's quickly compare difference between Kubernetes and Docker. So you should have very clear understanding about this. So Kubernetes is not the replacement of Docker. Kubernetes is management tool, orchestration tool for the Docker. Okay, so basically what Docker do, we know Docker creates the container, right? And Kubernetes manage the container. But one thing keep in mind, so Kubernetes manage the container, so it can not only manage the Docker container, it can manage other containers as well. There are different container platform tools. So Kubernetes can manage other containers as well. But in this course, we have been focusing on the Docker, and Docker is one of the highly used tool in the industry. So we are focusing about the Docker. Well, now let's quickly compare, and maybe you can take a screenshot of it to make sure you have very clear crystal idea about the features of the Kubernetes that going to solve all the problems what we had with the Docker. First things, running a container. Yes, so Docker platform runs the container, and of course Kubernetes also run the containers. As I said, it could be Docker container or maybe container D. So again, container D is another platform for creating the container. Now coming to the most important things about the multi-host. As we know, Docker don't support multi-host, but Kubernetes supports multi-host. How? Because it has the cluster based architecture where it will run multiple virtual machines, that is called node, where it will create the container. Docker don't have the auto scaling, and Kubernetes have the auto scaling using HPA. Again, sorry, this is self healing. So Kubernetes don't have the, okay, Docker don't have the self healing, whereas Kubernetes have the self healing using replica set. Now coming to the auto scaling, Docker don't have any auto scaling. Kubernetes has auto scaling using HPA service and deployment. Now about the load balancing, we already understood Docker don't have the load balancing, but Kubernetes has a load balancing, and there is a feature called services. Again, we are going to understand this in more detail. Along with that, Docker has a lot of issues with enterprise grade security and the features, whereas Kubernetes has like RBAC, NetworkPolicy, Ingress, ConfigMaps, secrets, and many more. We are going to understand all these in details. But high level, you should understood all these features that we are going to use a lot using the Kubernetes. Now As we know the Kubernetes, does it mean we should be using Kubernetes all the time? No, Kubernetes is not designed to use for all use cases. So let's understand when you should not use Kubernetes. First is for simple and a small application. So if you are running a static websites or maybe a small backend with that's really not need the real time scaling, then Kubernetes might be overkill. For example, our mini finance application, so that is the static application, right? To run this application we really not need Kubernetes, so that is not good use case. Next is low infrastructure budget. Yes, if you have the low infrastructure budget, then Kubernetes is not good solution. Why? Because Kubernetes runs in the cluster mode. It needs multiple machines, control plane, load balancer, monitoring tool, and many more. And all these are not free. You have to set up. You need the resources to run this. So you should have the good budget. But when your application is really not need that level of scalability, then Kubernetes is not good solution. Next is short-term MVP or prototype. So if you are doing some proof of concept or just you, let's say, doing the hackathon, then Kubernetes is not the good solution, because setting up the Kubernetes, managing it, it requires time. So in this case, you can use simple Docker or Docker Compose. So that will help you out. Now, next is no dedicated day off team. If you don't have dedicated day off team, or maybe if you don't have the expert person who know the Kubernetes, then again Kubernetes is not best solution for you. Why? Kubernetes is not fire and forget kind of things. It need to be monitored because it's run in a cluster. You have to patch the security updates. You have to keep it up to date, and you should be handling backup, network access control, and many more. So if you are running a small application, you have low budget, or maybe prototype short term, or maybe you don't have the expert, then you should not be using Kubernetes. Kubernetes is a powerful, and this is for right kind of application like our book review application. So when you need to manage hundreds of containers, Kubernetes is the best solution and we need it. And there is no magic, and it's not always the right answer to use Kubernetes. So key is to understand what Kubernetes is solving, then decide whether you need it or not. Now you have got solid foundation and understanding of why Kubernetes exists and what is Kubernetes. In next session, we are going to understand Kubernetes architecture. Thank you so much. See you in the next session.